Djanogly.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As I see it, the government has two clear tracks in relation to its position. The first is that this business of the House process is somehow unconstitutional. And the second is that it's somehow, even if it is constitutional, hijacking the agenda. I mean, taking the first element, from a historical precedent perspective, I would suggest that the government here is simply wrong. Early in the last century, it would have been absolutely normal and acceptable procedure for legislators to bring forward bills. And indeed, if you look at the United States now, legislators will constantly stand up and introduce bills in both houses of Congress. And the reason they do that, by the way, is because they got it from us, is the first point that I'd make. Moving forward to today, I would say there's also clear constitutional precedent for Parliament to set the agenda. They're called private members' bills days. Then we have backbench business days. These are essentially backbench initiatives to take over the agenda, if you like. If we can allow it for such business, how much more should we be prepared to allow it when the House is deadlocked and the government is not setting out Plan B on the most important issue facing this country since the Second World War? As to the second element, which is that we're somehow hijacking the agenda, I would say this. I would refute that absolutely. Nothing is stopping the government using all except these two sitting days to set out its own agenda and to put forward its own proposals. To claim that taking 2 days is somehow hijacking the agenda is simply a very weak excuse in my book. What this represents is a parallel process aimed at breaking the deadlock that exists, and I sincerely congratulate all honourable members that have been involved in today's setting today's business and promoting and somehow trying to find